Hi there, my name's Mel and I'm going to take you through a 30-minute yoga sequence that's going to help move around any stagnant energy that you might have in your hips and your shoulders. Before we begin, you might want to grab a cushion or two just to sit on for your comfort, help raise the hips and also to rest the head on in your relaxation postures. So let's begin. We're going to start down by laying in Shavasana. So for anyone that might have any lower back discomfort, that might mean you have your knees bent with your feet wide and allowing the knees to drop in towards each other. Arms down by the sides. If your back's okay, you might want to extend the legs here. And begin to become aware of your breath. As you inhale, the belly rises. And as you exhale, the belly falls. Inhale, belly rises. Side ribs flare. Exhale, side ribs close, belly falls. Inhale, belly rises, side ribs flare, all the way up to the tops of the shoulder blades. And you may become aware of a very subtle movement where your collarbones broaden. Exhale, everything draws back and softens. On your next exhalation, allow the ankles to come together and bring the palms of the hands down, face down by the side of the body. Extend through the heels, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. And as you inhale, float the arms up overhead and allow them to rest on the ground behind you. And then as you exhale, allow them to float back down to the sides of the body. And we'll repeat this a few more times. Follow your own breath and become aware of the flats of the shoulder blades as we're going through this motion. We're looking for them to remain flat and stable on the mat. So you may need to start taking your arms out a little bit wider into a Y or perhaps even a T shape in order to accomplish this. At the top of the next inhalation, allow the arms to remain where they are and exhale fully. We're looking to have the elbows and the wrists in contact with the mat here, so take the arms as wide as you need to for that to happen. And as you inhale, become aware of the breath moving into the upper chest, up to those collarbones again. And then as you exhale, draw the knees in over the chest, gently rock from side to side. And then we're looking to bring the legs to 90 degrees. Bring your arms out into a T shape. If you don't have enough room, it's fine to have a small bend in the arms. And we're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to lower the right leg to tap on the mat. Inhale to release, and then exhale, left leg. Inhale to release. Keep that flowing with your own breath. And if you find that that's too strong for you, feel free to keep one toe on the floor and just work one leg at a time. If you're working one leg, swap over now. both knees in over the chest. Rock from side to side. And then place both feet flat onto the mat, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. And we're looking to have the feet hip distance apart, and we're looking to have them about a hand's length away from the buttocks. It does vary from person to person, so do what feels comfortable for you. Bring the arms down by the sides of the body, palms face down. And as we inhale here, we're going to exhale and gently draw the belly down and lift up the tailbone, so we're tilting the pelvis. And then inhale to release. Exhale, tilt that pelvis again. And inhale to release. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. And as we inhale now, we're going to peel the lower back a few inches away from the mat. And exhale to roll back down one vertebra at a time. Inhale here. Exhale, peel away the tailbone. Inhale, roll up the spine. We're going to go a little bit higher. And exhale and roll back down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, exhale, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, roll up. And we're coming up to the mid-back now. And it's really important here that, as tempting as it is to look at the screen, that we actually keep our head still, looking up towards the ceiling. Roll back down. Inhale, exhale, tilt the pelvis. And then inhale, this time we're going to roll all the way up to a ski slope position. So we're looking to have a nice long line from the knees through the hips to the shoulders. So lovely ski slope shape. We're really pressing into the feet here. But we shouldn't be taking any tension into the spine here. You may feel your buttocks working. Exhale, roll back down. We're going to repeat that, and this time we're going to float the arms up with us. So inhale, roll up. Float those arms up behind us, just as we did at the start, keeping the flaps of the shoulder blades nice and steady. Inhale at the top, and then exhale, float the arms and roll the spine down at the same time. Inhale here to release in neutral. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, roll up and float the arms. Exhale, float the arms back down as we roll back down through the spine, bringing the tailbone down last. Inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt. Inhale, float up the arms, float to that ski slope position again. And this time leave the arms where they are. As you exhale, roll the spine down. We're really trying to keep the head steady here. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, float the arms back down by the sides of the body. We'll do that one more time. Inhale fully. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, roll up through the spine to your ski slope. Floating the arms up overhead. Exhale. Roll down spine, one vertebra at another, and this is where you find where you're stiff. Release the tailbone down. Inhale, and then exhale. Float the arms back down as you draw the knees in over your chest. And gently rock from side to side. Good. Now take your arms back out into that T shape, elbows slightly bent. Inhale fully. I'm going to exhale and slowly, slowly, slowly drop the knees over to the right. Inhale here. And if your neck's okay, you can take your gaze along the left arm or the opposite arm if you've gone the other way. Inhale, steadily come back to center. And then exhale, take the knees the other way. Inhale fully, and then exhale, take that gaze along the opposite arm. Good. Inhale, come back to center, hug the knees, rock from side to side, perhaps make some circles here with the knees. Go back in the opposite direction. Good. Come back to center. And then, when you're ready, roll over onto one side. And we're going to come round onto hands and knees. So we're looking to have wrists, elbows, shoulders neatly stacked, knees directly underneath the hips here. Just arch up through the back. Inhale. Allow the shoulders to sink as we take the spine in reverse. And then exhale. Come back onto your heels. I'm going to do a variation of a sun salutation now. If you do have any discomfort with your knees, or if you've got any challenges with your knees, rather than sitting down in this position as I'm in here, we can actually stay upright here. That's absolutely fine. Just make sure you've got enough padding under your knees. You may want to just put a fold in your mat to protect your knees, or you may want to put an extra mat down entirely. Okay, so we're going to start with our hands in prayer at our hearts. Inhale, float the arms up, reach up to the sky, and then as we exhale, we're going to fold the body down, slide the hands down, keep the hips high, and we're looking to exhale the heart down towards the mat. So some of you may be able to get your forehead down towards the mat, but we're really looking to sink the heart down. Inhale, come up to a high cat. And then as we exhale, we're going to tuck the toes underneath us and push into our first downward facing dog. Feel free to walk the dog here, stretch out those hamstrings and calves. And remember, for our downward facing dog, we're looking to have that lovely inverted V shape. So if you find that you're coming forward like this, and you're taking a lot of the weight into your hands and your shoulders, soften the knees and work on getting the belly back towards the thighs. And it's much better to be here with bent knees than it is here with straight legs. Good. On your next inhalation, allow the knees to come down to the mat. Exhale, we're going to arch the back up. And inhale, raise the arms to the sky. Exhale, the hands to heart. And if your knees are okay with it, we're going to come back into a kneeling posture. We're going to repeat that twice more. Inhale, float up. Exhale, send the hands down and forward. Slide forward as we bow the heart to the mat, keeping the seat bones high. And become aware of any areas of stretch here or any areas of tension. I feel this one a lot in my armpits. Inhale, arch the back up into a high cat. We're looking to have the hands further forward than we would in a usual cat here. And then exhale, tuck the toes, send the seat bones back, 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 and unwind into your downward facing dog. Let's have a lovely releasing breath here. Good, and then as we inhale, soften the knees, bring them back to the mat. Exhale to arch the back up and release the feet. Inhale, float those arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. And come back to your kneeling position. Let's repeat that once more. Inhale, float up. Exhale, slide forward. Inhale, arch up to your high cat. Exhale, down facing dog. So now if you could bend your knees for me, come up as high onto your toes as you can. Spread those fingers wide and press into the hands. Inhale fully, and as you exhale, send those seat bones high and send the heels down to the ground. Inhale, send the knees back down to the mat. Exhale, up into your high cat. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, hands back to your heart. Have a moment here. Notice any subtle changes in the body or in your energy. And then we're going to come back onto all fours. And we're going to lower our body down onto the mat. And we're going to come into a variation of Shalabhasana in order to lengthen and strengthen the front and back of the body. So for this posture, we're going to start with our hands extended in front of us. I'd like you to bring your forehead down to the mat. I'm going to keep my head raised whilst I speak to you. But if you extend both your legs away, become aware of the 3 points of the pelvis onto the mat. So the pubic bone and the 2 arches of your hip bones. Once you feel grounded through there, again keeping your forehead down, we're going to raise our right leg and our left arm together on an inhalation. So when you're ready, exhale fully and then inhale. Exhale, release. Now we're going to do the opposite side. Inhale, raise left leg, right arm. Exhale, release down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, release down. And opposite side one final time. Exhale to release. Now make a pillow for your head with your hands. Bring your big toes to touch, heels out to the side. And gently rock the buttocks from side to side to release the lower back. Now if that's enough for you today, then repeat that again. But if you'd like to work a little bit harder, we're going to come into the full expression of the posture now. So extend the legs away from you again. Bring the arms down by the sides of the body. Bring the forehead down to the mat. Inhale and exhale to ground the pelvis into the mat. And then as you inhale, roll the shoulder blades back and down and raise the palms of the hands, reach behind you. And then if you'd like to work a little bit harder, we're going to extend the legs away. So we're sending the feet away, we're sending the fingertips away, and we're breathing into the front of the body. So become aware of those collarbones at the front of the body again. And see if you can notice any subtle movement where you broaden there. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, release down. Make that pillow for your head with your hands again. Big toes touching, heels dropping out to the side. Rest the head on the hands and rock the hips from side to side to release. Now again, if that was enough for you, then you can repeat that or go back to the single arm, single leg variation. But again, if you'd like to take it up a notch, we are going to extend our right hand behind us and take hold of the top of the foot or the front of the shin. If that's not available to you, you can hold the fabric of your trousers. We're going to keep one arm out in front of us. Allow the forehead to come back down to the mat. Inhale, exhale, ground the pelvis into the mat. And as you inhale, push the foot into the hand. Raise the gaze and look forward. And then exhale to release. We're going to swap sides now. Once you've got hold of the ankle here, inhale, exhale, push the foot into the hand, raise the gaze, and then exhale, release. And it's really important that you don't move into pain here. You know, if it isn't right for your back, then always release. Never push past the pain, any pain. Make a pillow for your hand, with your hands for your head. Bring the forehead down, toes touching, heels dripping out to the side. Rock the hips from side to side. Then bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to push into the hands, arch the back up through that high cat again. Tuck your toes underneath you and push up into your downward facing dog. And then walk the feet towards the hands. Bend the legs as much as you need to. Soften the knees. Let everything be soft here. Nod the head, shake the head. Let everything be free. Take hold of the opposite elbows if that's nice and comfortable for you, and perhaps you would like to sway. Now push into the feet, roll up, and come into your Tadasana. And we're going to do a sequence here, just to bring some mobility into the spine. And we're going to come into your Tadasana. And you know, there are some variations for Tadasana as well. Some people like to have their feet hip distance apart. Some like to have ankles together. There is no right and wrong. It's really about what is appropriate for you and your body. So come to your comfortable Tadasana. We're going to inhale, float those arms up overhead. Reach up towards the sky. And then we're going to exhale and take a side bend to the right. Inhale up to centre, and then exhale across to the left. Inhale up to centre, and then we're going to take a twist. And if it's comfortable for you, we can extend the arms out or come to cactus arms. Inhale up to centre, and the other way. Exhale. Inhale up to centre. And then soften the knees. Exhale, fold forward. Nod the head again. Let the lower back really release. Then push into the feet and slowly roll up. Come back into your Tadasana. So standing at the top of your mat, we're going to move into Warrior 1, and then we're going to come into our dancer's posture. So it may be helpful to you to be near a wall to help you balance. we are going to start by stepping back with the left leg. Bring the hips to face forward, and then we're going to exhale to sink forward in that front knee. And you may find you have to walk that leg a bit further forward. It's really important here that we don't allow the knee to extend over the ankle. So keep the knee above that ankle. Keep the hips facing forward. We're going to inhale, float those arms up. Exhale, soften that back knee just slightly, and that helps lengthen out the lower back here. We want to maintain that length and that softness. We don't want to take any tension into the lower back. Keep that length there as we straighten that leg. Good. Inhale, come up onto the toes, reach up through the crown of the head, and then exhale, sink back down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring those hands to your heart. And then we're going to take the weight into that front leg and come onto a single leg balance. From here, we're going to take hold of the top of that left foot. And again, feel free to take hold of the trouser leg if that's better for you. Before we move into that dancer's posture, we want to bring that integrity back into the abdominal area. So gently lift the pubic bone up towards the navel. Draw the space just an inch below the navel back, and that will keep the lower back nice and long, and maintain that integrity as we move into dancer's posture. Now, this may be enough for some of us. If you do have any lower back issues, I suggest you stay here. But if your back is healthy and you are happy to work a little bit harder, start to press. Keep the knee in alignment with the opposite knee. Start to press that foot into the hand. Extend the right hand away. Take your gaze to your middle finger on that right hand. And if you've got your balance, you may wish to start pressing away further and further and further and bring the body into a tilt. And then when you're ready, bring the knees back together and then release. Come back into your Tadasana. Inhale fully, exhale to release. And then we'll get ready to repeat that on the opposite side. So feet hip distance apart. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, step back with the right leg. Exhale, take that bend in the front knee. Face those hips forward. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, soften that back leg. Feel the length in the lower back here. It's really important to honour your lower back. And again, never move into pain. Lengthen that back leg. Inhale, float up, draw the crown of the head up. Exhale, send the heel back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer. Then we're going to come into our balance. Let's transfer the weight into the left leg. And then we're going to reach behind us, take hold of the top of the foot or our trousers. Focus on drawing the pubic bone up and drawing the belly back slightly. And we want to maintain that integrity as we start to move into our dancer's posture. And we do this because we don't want to take the bend into our lower back. We actually want the bend to be coming from our upper back and by moving our shoulders back. And again, stay here if you've got any back issues or if this is enough for you today. Bring the knees in alignment with each other. Feel that sense of stretch down the front of that quadricep. Start to press the foot away as we reach forward with the opposite hand. Take the gaze for the middle finger. And then, if it's comfortable for you, you can exhale and extend and tilt. And it's really important that we're not taking the knee out to the side, that we're keeping everything facing forward. And then when you're ready, release. Bring the feet together. Come into your Tadasana. And again, become aware of any subtle changes that there may be in the body. Good. Well done, that's a strong posture. We're going to repeat the palm tree sequence again here. So inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale for a twist. Take your arms out wide or into cactus arms. Inhale up. And then exhale, the opposite direction. Inhale up. Reach up tall. Exhale, soften the knees, deep bend in the knees. Come into your forward fold. Bring the fingertips to the mat if that's comfortable. If not, take hold of the opposite elbows. And allow the lower back just to release here. Nod the head again, shake the head. And then from here, we're going to soften the knees. Come down onto the mat. And this is where a cushion can be helpful. So we're going to pop a cushion under the seat if that's good for you. And we're not going to come into a full Paschimottanasana because we don't really want to work the hamstrings. We actually want to release the back now. So we're going to keep a bend in the legs. And I'll let you choose how deep you want that bend to be. The knees can be quite high if you like. We're going to inhale, float up those arms, and then exhale, lay the belly onto the thighs. And see if you can take hold of the outside edges of the feet or the ankles or even just the calves here. As long as the upper body is quite soft and you're not straining for the posture. Inhale here and exhale. Allow yourself to fold forward, to be soft, to release. Send the breath into the lower back. Inhale, release. Take the hands down by the sides of the body. Bring the feet flat to the mat. And as we exhale, we're going to push the heart forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep looking forward or maybe slightly up. Press into the hands. And just give the front of the body a little bit of length. And then exhale, release. Extend your left leg away, hug your right knee into the chest, and if that's enough for you, keep it there. If you'd like to work a little bit harder, bring the foot over the opposite leg. Inhale to sit tall and hug that knee in. Take the right hand behind you. And then as you exhale, move the belly around towards the right hand side. Inhale here. Then see if you can move the shoulders round. Inhale here. And lastly, if your neck is okay, you can take the gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Come back to centre. Swap sides. Hug that left knee in, cross it over if that's available to you. Inhale, sit nice and tall, hug that knee in, left hand behind you. Exhale, bring the belly round, and we're still trying to keep the chin in line with the breastbone here. Inhale, exhale, see if you can bring the shoulders round into your twist. Inhale here, and exhale, take the gaze behind that left shoulder if it's comfortable for your neck to do so. Inhale fully here, and as we exhale, we can release back to center. Unwind the legs. Then we're going to have a final forward fold, very gentle forward fold, deep bend in the legs, hug the knees. Inhale and exhale, allow everything to be soft. If you can bring your forehead down onto your knees. Otherwise, just gently close the eyes and visualize the breath filling the entire back, all the way from the lower back, up either side of the spine, all the way up to those shoulders. And then when you're ready, make your way into your Shavasana. And again, if you've got any discomfort in your lower back, have your feet wide on the mat, knees bent. Allow the knees to drop in to touch, arms down by the sides of the body, palms face up. If it's comfortable for you, you can extend the legs away. Eyes are closed, lips are lightly closed. And start to bring some awareness to your breath. That full yogic breath. Relax the scalp. Relax the forehead. Relax the eyes, the eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows. Relax the jaw and allow the throat to be soft. Relax the shoulders, the arms and the hands. Let the fingers curl lightly. Allow the back to relax into the mat. Relax the buttocks and the thighs. Relax the calves and the shins and the feet. Release each toe in turn. And enjoy these final few moments of relaxation. If your mind starts to wander, don't worry, just bring your awareness back to the breath. Take some slightly deeper breaths as we prepare the body for movement. begin to move your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, have a nice gentle stretch. Curl up into a ball and roll over onto your most comfortable side. And then push yourself up to a seated position. Have a nice upright spine. Inhale and extend the arms out wide. Bring the hands to prayer above the head. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer to heart. And thank you very much for sharing your practice with me. I hope you enjoyed that. Namaste.